Hey guys, Bombarder from Bespin Custom Props, Imperial Royal Arms and FX Forums. This is just a quick demo for you guys that may be thinking about putting the CF8 using my 3D printed chassis from Shapeways. This was made when the Inception hilt, the pommels were designed like this. So the rear speaker pod, I'm not sure if the rear speaker pod is still going to fit or not, because I've not had the version 2 pommel in my hands to try yet. So this is the quick demo for this. Basically, for the board holder section that goes in this end here, what you're going to need to do is make sure that you've got the rear booster section here. This groove here needs to be lined up central perfectly with your clamp card there, like that, and that gives you that perfectly offset 90-degree cover tech straight down the side when you're looking at it. Then you'll need to get yourself a Sharpie or permanent marker of some description, and you need to mark those black marks. See those black marks that I've put on that aluminium piece there? You need to mark that, because that's where the board will sit level in there, and you need to cut the grooves out from that section there. We'll just pause this a second and I'll show you what it looks like once the booster's removed. Right, so I've got the booster removed now. And as you can see, that is a threaded piece, and this is the reason you need these cuts, because the board will not go in with the speaker in the pommel using a 28mm base speaker, because if it pushes up against this, it puts the board too far back. You need these slots to go right down to the base of this threaded piece, and that allows the board then to slide right up to this edge here, basically. And in doing so, it allows you to put the 28mm base speaker in. Now, the other thing is, obviously this was done for this reason, because you couldn't fit the CF in without doing this 3.7 board hack, which I wasn't happy with, and I wanted to put the 7.4 volt in. The 7.4 volt battery will go pretty much all the way where you can see that brass right at the end of the hilt. The 7.4 volt will go all the way pretty much up to that edge, and then when you fit it in, it will come all the way up to just about where that thread stops there on the inner part of this control box section of the hilt. With the battery holder, it will give you enough clearance with the grooves in the top, and the reason I left the grooves in the top of the battery holder was for the wires to come through from the board and go up into the switch box there. And so if you wanted to, that central hole, you can drill that out, and you can mount your recharge port in there underneath your clamp card if you don't want to put it in the end of the pommel. If you don't want to remove the pommel to remove it, you can slide your clamp card back and your recharge port will be accessible from inside there. So basically that's the reason why I made the chassis parts modular. The other thing is the front section, the grenade section of these hilts, the inside of it is narrower. You can see there, this edge here is another threaded section. It's another one like this, which is the same diameter rather than reducing inside. And that stops you from having a one-piece slide together. So it needed to be made modular so that you could put the battery in first in one section down here in the grenade holder, and then you slide this on secondary to it, or rather you screw this section on with the threaded part already fitted, and then your battery will slide inside the battery holder inside that section. And obviously for those that want to do the hack with the 7 without the 7.4, so they want to go to a 3.7 volt battery, you can just use the battery down in that end here, and then you can fit your board up in here probably, and you shouldn't have any problems with it. And then just use one of my battery holders just on a single 3.7 18500 down in the grenade section. But I just wanted full power. I wanted the best sound that I could possibly get, and to do that and to have the run time as well, you need to do 7.4. As much as I like the idea of being able to hack something when I want to be able to hack it, if I can fit something in somewhere, then I will. So anyway, this sabre here that I'm currently doing, I'm just about to start work on. I'll be cutting these slots in a couple of minutes time. This is JCRU from the Imperial Royal Arms Forum. He's sent me his sabre over for me to do the install on it, and I thought I would just quickly demo what needs to be done. So basically what I'm going to do in a minute is, I don't even know why I'm screwing this back in because I've got to work on it, but what I'm going to do in a minute is I'll be going down the shed and I'll be using a Dremel. There's no point in setting up a mill to do this because this is aluminium, this threaded piece. It's easy enough to cut using a Dremel on the side of it. You can even use a hacksaw if you wanted to, and then use a file to take out the remainder down the sides, because once you use the hacksaw down the sides, the actual piece that you've sawed will just snap out because it's made of aluminium. But I'll be using the Dremel and taking it down to the top of this edge here, and that will give me the bald slot that I need for the ball to slide in. The other thing to make sure that you do if you do this conversion is, when you put before you slide your board in on the chassis, is make sure that you insulate the terminals above the main lead, and if there's any metal showing on this side of it, you need to make sure you isolate that as well. Best thing probably would be some silicone sealant across the top of the terminals, or a thin layer of hot glue will be more than adequate. And then that way, if the ball does twist slightly in the chassis, which it shouldn't do anyway, because your screw there from your CoverTech actually holds the chassis and stops it from moving once you tighten your CoverTech down. So there shouldn't be any twist once you get it fitted anyway. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this, guys, and I may post up a video showing you the finished article of this once I've done it, but I've already put that in a video before previously showing it, so I may do it, I may not. Catch you later, guys.